What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prize Picks MLB player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 5 picks. Get you win some money over here on Prize Picks. As always, if you haven't checked out Prize Picks, would highly recommend you check them out, guys. It is a player props website and app where you can win money off of picking the over and under on things like players' strikeouts, total home runs, first inning runs allowed, first inning hits allowed, pitching outs, pitcher fantasy score, etc. Go ahead and use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100 today. Again, that is code KJK DFS. Go to lock that in and get that free money offer. And if you are getting very serious, I do offer premium content packages. Big day of the month, guys. Would highly recommend you check it out, specifically the VIP package. I've been ramping this up more and more every month. You're going to get access to my VIP Discord. Had a great story last night of a member, fiance got his laptop, or her laptop stolen out of the vehicle. He was able to come into the VIP with $30, and he already made enough to buy a brand new laptop, so that was awesome. I shared that on social, actually. If you don't follow me over on Twitter, follow me over there on Twitter at KJK_DFS. So shout out Jay Smooth on that win. That was awesome. Made my night. So VIP member, I would highly recommend you check this out, guys. I'm ramping it up. You're going to get access to my early edge picks. I'm up grinding. A big part of the edge on these apps is getting the lines early, specifically on Prizepicks. When they post these lines, you can get them at a nice discount, but then throughout the day, they get bumps, they get bumped down, they get bumped up. So if you're looking on, to take an under or an over, there's an early edge. And I'm up, midnight, 1 a.m., early grinding to find that edge, because that's what you have to do. So that's part of the process. I'm learning more and more about these apps, where the edge is. And I'll have picks for all apps, pick for all props apps, including but not limited to Prizepicks, Underdog, Monkey Knife Fight, Sleeper, Betcha, Hot Streak. So the goal is to find as much value as possible. Get those picks going on all the apps and build up a bankroll for you on all apps. So that's what I'm grinding to do on the VIP package. Would highly recommend you check that out. And if you enjoy the content, would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. So yeah, that's everything. First of the month, check out the Patreon. That's going to be linked below in the description. I did just get all my apps, all my links on a link tree as well. So I'm going to put that link at the very top of everything from now on, so you can just click on one link and have a one-stop shop for all things KJK DFS. So working on all that stuff. Let's talk about the 5 picks, though. Let's get into the good stuff. We'll go game by game as we always do. The first game I'm going to talk about is going to be the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Miami Marlins. And I want to talk about Mr. Hunter Green. Looking at his stuff across the board as far as how he fares. He does have some really elite K stuff. He's in a great pitching environment in Miami tonight. He's got 3.73 Sierra with a 28.3% K rate overall, 13.4% swing strike rate. He's got a 26.4% K rate against righties and a 30.3% K rate against lefties. So really, really good stuff. Does have some hard contact issues, I will say. A bit of a fly ball issue, a bit of a slugging issue, but typically he pitches in Cincinnati, and tonight he gets to pitch in Miami, which is one of the best pitching environments in baseball. This is always ballpark. I'm looking to target pitchers in, pulling up the diagram as far as how Miami plays. You can see a lot of red going on in Marlins Park. Red, red, red for hitting is fantastic for pitching, though, especially for a guy that does, like I said, he does have some hard contact issues. He does give up some deep fly balls from time to time, but you can see Marlins Park does not play friendly to hitters for home runs. Ball really doesn't carry the best here. The dimensions aren't the best, so really good spot here for Hunter Green. And then you're looking at this Miami Marlins lineup up and down as far as the K rate's concerned. Obviously, the strikeouts are going to help us when we're targeting fantasy score, which is what I will be targeting with Hunter Green. Starting from the bottom up with Stallings, 24, 23, 22, 30, 21, 31, 10, and 10 at the top. So once you get down past Wendell and Rojas, there's a lot of strikeouts to be had in this lineup. And Hunter Green's pitch count continues to climb. He's definitely got a long leash. Looking at his pitch count as far as how deep he's going into these ball games and everything, you can see 105, 106, 114, 6.15, and 6 innings pitched. 1-4, 2 earned runs. So his K prop set at 6.5 over here on Prizepicks, and I do think he could definitely get to that. But I really think there's a nice discount on this pitcher fantasy score. Only 31.5 pitcher fantasy score. I will be going with the over here. I think there's a high likelihood that he could get maybe 6 strikeouts and still hit the over fantasy score. Whereas obviously if he gets 6 strikeouts, he doesn't hit the over on his strikeouts prop. So for me, going to be rocking with the over 31.5 pitcher fantasy score. I think he goes 6 or more innings, gets a quality start. Possibly even gets the win if he gets some run support from this Reds offense. Hopefully that happens. And most of all, I just think it's a nice discount at only 31.5. I think it gets in the mid-30s to upper 30s to even 40+. If he's going to go out there and strike out 10, we will not complain. But like I said, if he does only strike out 6 for some reason or something, I think he still goes deep into the ballgame, limits the hard contact, or limits the runs against him enough to hit the over 31.5 fantasy score. So that's going to be pick number 1 there. Pick number 2, we're going to be headed to the Washington Nationals taking on the New York Mets. And we're going to talk about Patrick Corbin. But we're not going to be talking about the good stuff with him. We're going to talk about the bad stuff. He has to take on a New York Mets squad that's really tough offensively. He also doesn't have the best stuff. Only a 19.5% K overall. Gives up a bunch of hard contact. He gives up a 521 slugging to righties and a 486 slugging to lefties. Only a 19.6% K rate against righties and only a 19.3% K rate against lefties. And I think the New York Mets will get to him pretty good in this one. They have a 5.26 implied run total. That is very good. And then when you're looking at this lineup up and down, there's a lot of talent, a lot of guys that mash left-handed pitching. I mean, just pulling up the top performances here. Eduardo Escobar, Pete Alonso, Starling Marte all have above a 200 ISO against lefties. And then you're looking at the WOBA for these bats. Escobar has a really good WOBA. Nimmo has a really good WOBA. Jeff McNeil, Lindor, J.D. Davis. I mean, these are not easy outs. There's not a lot of strikeouts to be had. And the Mets get a massive ballpark upgrade going out of city into Washington. Plays much, much friendlier to the bats. So they have a really solid offense up and down. You can see Nationals Park, really good hitting environment, especially when you compare it to Citi Field in New York. So everything kind of favoring the Mets to have a good game here. I think Patrick Corbin has some difficulties in this one. I want to be targeting the under on his fantasy score for that reason. You're looking at some of his recent performances. I mean, the guy is just breeding runs to opposing teams. He's given up 6, 5, 5, and 4 earned runs in the 1, 2, 3, 4 straight games. He's given up 4+ earned runs. You look at the strikeouts. He's had 8 and 7 strikeouts in 2 of those games, one of which he didn't have any strikeouts, one of which he had 4. And once again, though, the Braves and then the Diamondbacks strike out a lot more than the Mets. You can see how he did against the Dodgers last time. It's just a team that doesn't strike out and has a really lot of talent. 6 earned runs, no strikeouts, 7 hits allowed, 0.2 innings in, then got pulled. So recent form's not good. It's a tough matchup. I really think Corbin has a bit of a tough time here. And I'm going to be going with the under 17.5 pitcher fantasy score for him. I think the Mets get to him, blow him up. I don't think his pitch count's going to be too efficient with them having really good at-bats. I think he's going to have a difficult time. So that's going to be pick number 2. Pick number 3, we're going to stick to that same trend of a pitcher I think is in for some trouble tonight. It's going to be Marco Gonzalez taking on the New York Yankees. He has to go into Yankee Stadium tonight where the Yankees have a 5.21 implied total. Once again, a guy that has some pretty underwhelming stuff. The worst stuff on the slate, as a matter of fact, with a 5.15 CRA. He's only got a 12.4% K rate, only a 7.7% swinging strike rate. He gives up a 443 slugging to righties and a 488 slugging to lefties. Not a good recipe for success against a very solid New York Yankees lineup up and down. We have DJ LeMahieu. Aaron Judge is absolutely on fire, setting some serious, on some serious pace for some home run records. Is he? Rizzo, Torres, Donaldson, Benintendi, Aaron Hicks. And you're looking at their numbers against lefties on the season as far as how these guys fare. Carpenter has really good numbers. LaCastro has really good numbers if they crack the lineup. They're not in the projected lineup right now, but once again, some really good reserves. Gleyber Torres, Aaron Judge, Anthony Rizzo, Jose Trevino, all absolutely mashing lefties. Donaldson's had his struggles, but DJ LeMahieu hits really good against lefties for average. He's got a 380 WOBA. Marwin Gonzalez off the bench, possibly. Aaron Hicks with a 315 WOBA. He hits much better from the right-handed side of the plate. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. So Yankees match up pretty good against left-handed pitching. Marco Gonzalez is a really bad left-handed pitcher. He's got some difficulties. It's 77 degrees in Yankee Stadium. 4-mile-an-hour winds blowing out. There's 5-mile-an-hour winds blowing out straight away in Washington as well. Now, obviously, 5 and 4-mile-an-hour winds isn't exactly the biggest impact. Typically, when you get up right around 10 miles an hour is when I start to think it's a big, big impact. But we'll take any help we can get when we're fading these guys. And I think Marco Gonzalez has a bit of a tough time here tonight against this Yankee squad. And then we're looking at his recent performances. Let's just go ahead and pull it up to see how he's been doing as of late. You can see 2 earned runs last time against Texas, but then 2 times before that, 5 earned runs, 5 earned runs, 2, 2, 2, 2, pretty much 2 earned runs in every game. Against a good Houston squad last time, 5 earned runs, so that's kind of a similar comparison to the Yankee squad, I would say, for talent up and down the lineup. Kind of what I'm expecting to see here. I don't think he has the best of games against this Yankees lineup, so pick number 3, we're going to be rocking to the under 18.5 fantasy score for Marco Gonzalez. Pick number 4, we're going to be heading down to the Boston Red Sox taking on the Houston Astros in Houston. We're going to talk about Luis Garcia. He's a massive favorite here as a 186 favorite. The Red Sox only have a 3.18 implied total. Their lineup's really hurting right now. There's no Rafael Devers in here either. They have been really bad as of late. I think Luis Garcia can really take advantage of it, and I really like where his pitcher fantasy score is set on Prizepicks. I think we're getting him at a nice discount. Looking at his numbers across the board, he's got a 26.4% K rate overall with a 13.2% swinging strike rate. Really good hard contact stuff as well with only a 30% hard contact rate. He's got a 26.2% K rate against righties and a 26.7% K rate against lefties. So really, really good stuff across the board. He has a little bit of a slugging issue, but once again, I'm not too scared of this Red Sox lineup right now, to be honest with you. Starting from the bottom up as far as their K rates are concerned, and overall, there's just not too much power like I said, the fact that Devers is out of this lineup is a big hurt for them right now. And then the strikeouts are there. Starting from the bottom up with Sanchez, 26, 20, 31, 30, 16, 24, 22, 9, and 28 at the top with Duran. So Red Sox lineup's hurting. And once again, I think this line's just really, really low on Prizepicks. So pick number 4. We're going to take the over 32.5 pitcher fantasy score for Luis Garcia. Typically, when we're targeting a really talented pitcher that's a heavy favorite against a team that's been struggling as of late, they're going to probably have him in the mid-30s to upper 30s. We see some other guys like John Gray at 35.5. Mike Clevenger at 34.5. For some reason, Garcia is only at 32.5. So we'll gladly take the discount on him. I like the over 32.5 pitcher fantasy score for Luis Garcia. And the last thing I would mention is the leash is there for sure. He will go deep in the ball games. Do expect him to go 6+ innings. You can see 108, 92, 93, 88, 101. So he will pitch 90 to 100 pitches or so. That is fantastic. Pick number 4 and pick number 5, we're going to be heading down to the LA Dodgers, taking on the San Francisco Giants. And I want to talk about Mr. Andrew Heaney, who's featured some elite strikeout numbers on the season. The guy has been phenomenal in the strikeout category. He's rocking a 34.6% killed overall with a 16.8% swinging strike rate. That's better than Max Scherzer. That's better than Hunter Green. That's better than Jesus Luzardo. Obviously, a bit of a smaller sample size. He's only been back for a smaller period of time, so only 19 innings pitch sample size. The numbers might not remain as being better than Scherzer and all that stuff, but regardless, he's going to be up there for sure. And the hard contacts look really good. I mean, he's looked really solid. 31.6% carried overall against righties and a 42.9% carried against lefties. And what's really getting me excited is the matchup against the San Francisco Giants, who feature a lot of strikeouts in their bats against left-handed pitching. Starting from the bottom up with the San Francisco Giants lineup as far as how they fare. And K rate with Bart, 46% for him. 24, 31, 24, 25, 18, 24, and 24. So that is a lot of strikeouts in this lineup, and they're going to have some difficulties against Andrew Heaney. Really, the only downside for Heaney right now is the leash. The question of the leash, how long are they going to let him go? He's gone 89, 77, and 71 pitches respectively the last 3 times out. I tend to think he's going to continue to see his pitch count increase, though, as he continues to go throughout the season. And even if he only throws about 80 pitches, honestly, I still think he gets 7+ strikeouts. He's done it twice. Against Cincinnati, he had 11. Against Cleveland, he had 7. Only 4 strikeouts against Washington, but that's a much different matchup than this Giants squad. Washington's one of the lowest strikeout teams in the league. So Andrew Heaney in a fantastic spot here, and he's going to be my 5th pick, and I will be rocking with the strikeouts here. Like the over 5.5 strikeouts for Andrew Heaney. That is pick number 5. And that is my 5 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks in the MLB tonight, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. We're on a 10-5 run. For those of you that don't know, I typically, when I get on a hot run, try to stay as hot as possible until we accumulate over 5 L's, and then I'll run it back and try to start a new hot streak. So hopefully a nice clean sweep here of going 5-0 to keep us going. If you haven't checked out the premium content, guys, check that out. Like I said, the VIP package members are very happy with that. I'm very happy with it. We got a great community going over there. We're all grinding together. I'm up late night making picks, but it's a team effort as well. So shout out to all the VIP members. Has been fantastic. So I'm really enjoying that package, and I'm looking forward to the future of it. We're ramping it up even more this month, and going forward, I'm going to just keep adding more and more. I don't plan on changing the price point. We're going to keep the price point and just keep adding more and more value. That's the goal. So check that out if you're interested. Thank you for watching, guys. Wishing you all the best of luck on your props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.